Hello, welcome back. This is Confrontation, and we are Let's Playing Drakengard. In the last episode, Leonard regretted killing some child conscripts. But in this episode, we must take on the Empire forces in the sky as we try to protect the Forest of the Seal. We got some sweet-ass music. Love it.
Impertinent jackals, I shall burn you all.
Anyways, I thought that this episode was going to be a half hour. Holy moly. Then I noticed that I didn't cut the clip at a certain point. So here we are, up in the sky, taking on griffins and flying balloon guys from the Empire. And, yeah. We're taking them out. Anyways, yeah, so we're taking on these guys. A lot of fun. Reminds me, there's a... Has anyone ever played Panzer Dragoon Orta? I've always wanted to play it, but I never had a Dreamcast. I even heard that there was one for the Sega Saturn that was pretty good. But I want to say that game was on a rail. Like, you were on a rail, and, like, you can move around, but you were always going...
He made me a fool. It's devils of all men.
What are you talking about? Who's he? Are you talking about Kime?
You never learn. No wonder if you have any hope of surviving at all.
Heated plane. Airship. Yeah, so he's just mad because, you know, Kime killed all the conscripts. He killed them all. He didn't stop at one. He didn't stop at two. He destroyed them because, like the dragon said, a soldier is a soldier. No matter who the hell you take on. Now we're taking on griffins. Apparently griffins from Gryffindor. House Gryffindor. Yeah, I'm surprised I have not made that joke yet. Or reference to Gryffindor. 3 points awarded to House Gryffindor.
That sometimes only the sinner may live.
Yes, that is sometimes. Look at, you know what? Look at Jack the Ripper. He lived. He killed the hell out of those whores. Let's see. What other sinners lived, huh? Well, there's plenty of them. All right, there's a lot of sinners that live out there. Sometimes only the sinner may live. That's right. Let's use magic. Yeah, eat it, airship. We're almost done with this. I love fighting in the air. I want to say the second game does an even better job of this. Like, obviously, it's the first game. You know, there's going to be some, you know, tweaking. But the second game really,
Oh, your brothers can't fly anymore, can they?
Are you talking to the
Say
dragon?
what you will. I am a man without honor.
Listen, Leonard, you have some sort of honor. I mean, you're, well, you got, you have, you know what? I don't think you are honorable. Now that I think about it. Damn dragon and his dragon fire. There we go. Hit that son of a bee. You know what the dragon is singing to Kime right now? I can show you the way. Yeah, nah, that's a dumb joke, right? But we got rid of the other dragon. We've done it. Now we just need to head over to the Forest of the Seal. Can we stop the Empire from destroying
They
it?
are finished here. Let us hurry to the Forest of the Seal.
Yeah. Alright, we're finally gonna protect the seal. Is that what's happening? Wow, we went up 4. She went up 4 attack power. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, so we going to the next thing or what? Hey, Dragon, don't tease me. Shoot. Oh, no.
My wings cannot take us further. You must go on alone.
Oh, no, I don't wanna. Alright, so here we are.
The seal is within the forest,
Hold on, bird delay.
protected by the fairies. Find it before the Empire does.
Will do, Verdelay. Anyways, so this seal is protected by fairies, which is pretty cool. Actually not really, I'm lying. Fairies a bunch of ass bags. Anyways,
Huh? The dragon is tired, and it's all your fault, little Leonard.
why are you gonna make fun of him, huh? It's not really his fault. Anyways, what you want to do for this one, which I failed to do, I'm telling you this from the future Kenshin to the past people or whatever. Anyways, what you want to do is go around. Oh, look at that! This ice. I think Fenrir was some sort of ice wolf, wasn't he? I know in Valkyrie Profile he was. Anywho's, what you want to do in order to get the secret weapon for this area is just kill all the conscripts. Now that means destroying, kill all the conscripts before you you destroy the targets to the west. Anyways, let's equip the next one. Let's try out this weapon. Anyways, if you kill all the conscripts, there'll appear a treasure chest in which you can get a secret weapon. I don't get it, but the best thing to do would be to get it now so you wouldn't have to come back. But you know what? Who doesn't like a little murder, right? Mass killings with the Empire, you know, the bad people deserve it. Although technically I guess they're not. Well, they are bad, I guess. Or no. See, we're questioning whether the Empire soldiers are really bad or if they're truly being possessed by some sort of power that's beyond comprehension at this point. Anyways, let us summon Meteor. Ha ha ha! I had more than 99 MP to cast that bad boy. Where are you now, Tella? Huh? Although Tella's one of my favorite characters in that game.
I am already dead. Where this body drops and rots is of no matter now.
You know what's a cool thing? I'll have to show you in an episode later on. But if you go to the page where you can choose your ally and you look, there's like, you know, they have those little seals in the right-hand corner. Actually, if you look at it carefully, they have like this big circle, and then there's like a little eye in Leonard's thing. And like if you look at Ariosh's, it's basically a uterus with the two fallopian tubes and ovaries. Yeah, I know my anatomy.
This needless battle is my fault.
Yeah.
Please forgive me.
Who are you asking to forgive?
Pitying your betters is a habit you humans would do well to unlearn.
I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, so it's the seal of that, and then our next. Well, I don't know what the hell. I forget what the image is, but then there's actually a pretty cool picture. I don't know who did the character art for this game, but there's a pretty cool picture. I'm sure you can find it on the internet with Time, and he's sticking out his tongue, and you can see the seal that's on his tongue. Like, I think if Leonard opened his eyes, I think the seal would be on his eyes, if I'm not mistaken. And like Ariosh, maybe it's right on her gut. Even though technically it would be her womb. Anyways, I'm using this weapon because I want to show you... Well, I think I've already shown you how badass the spell is here, but... It's a homing spell, it hits a whole bunch, it's really, really powerful. Watch this. There we go. Who doesn't love that, huh? It kind of reminds me a little bit of Leonard's thing. In fact. Booyah! So yeah, and then they actually have some really good art in this game. If you look up Drakengard art in Google, I think, there's some really good. You have to look up original art because obviously fan art. Not to say fan art isn't bad, because fan art is usually majority of the time very good. But when you're trying to just find some like original gaming art that they drew for like either concept art or whatever, it's pretty cool. Like they have a picture of Ario. She looks kind of crazy as she would, and then there's they had Kaim and his sword and all this. They got a lot of cool pictures. Actually, it was an interesting thing I was reading. I know this is kind of getting off the topic, but there's an interesting thing I was looking at one day when I was looking up Castlevania. I was looking up Castlevania, art, artwork that you would see for various video games. And apparently, back in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s, there was like an earthquake in Japan, and it kind of like totaled like Konami's headquarters or something. Well, not like totaled the headquarters, but they lost like a whole bunch of stuff in there. And because I always tried to find artwork, like original artwork from Simon's Quest, and I could never find anything. And I think it's because of that. And I remember reading on how like they had all this artwork, but obviously they didn't have technology that they had today to like scan it in and put it in the computer and all that. So it kind of got lost forever, which is kind of a shame. I mean, if you think about it, just having anything like technically be lost forever kind of sucks. It's kind of like when people like, I guess it's kind of like when, although it doesn't happen as much today. Yeah, I'm just gonna have you finish these guys off here.
Is of no matter now.
But it kind of reminds me of like people like, I don't know, why the hell would you like get rid of stuff like that? Although they're not, Japanese people won't get rid of it. It's just earthquakes, natural disasters. Although Japan is in the ring of fire over there in the Pacific Ocean over there, the Pacific Rim or whatnot. So they deal with a lot of natural disasters like earthquakes and tsunamis and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, like I'd hate to hear like what happened after that tsunami and that what was it, the nuclear power plant spill thing or whatever, when that happened a couple of years ago, or was it a couple of years ago? Yeah, it was like 2 years ago now. And yeah, I wonder if they lost any valuable stuff. Because if you think about it, we always look at that. I beat those guys. We're playing video games that come from Japan, so it's kind of interesting to think about that. What would happen to all that stuff? Luckily nowadays, there's a lot of stuff that's on computers and saved in like these things called clouds. I don't even know. I know a little bit about what the hell clouds are, but clouds. And no, not the guy from Final Fantasy. They're actually, I guess they're like databases that like they're like various. I wouldn't say see. They're databases that companies have, like, let's say, for Sony, alright? Let's take Sony PlayStation as an example, alright? You go on the PSN, you download a game. Then something happens to your PlayStation where you lose whatever the hell you downloaded. So that you don't have to pay for it again, I guess they have this information that you purchased said game on what's called a cloud server or something like that. And there you can get your data back. You can also use it, from what I hear, to like listen to streaming music. Not like a radio station, but like let's say you saved. Alright, now that we've done this, we have to head further into the forest. But let's say you were listening to music, you can just stream it now, and you don't have to actually keep all of it on like your iTouch or your iPhone or whatever the hell you have. Which I guess is cool, but I still have an old school iPhone that I use, or iTunes, whatever, the iPod thing.
If it were me, I wouldn't go one step further, silly fools.
Oh, I'm going further, alright? I need to talk to whoever's the leader around here, and we need to figure out what the hell, alright? Did we stop the people from getting the seal, or what? Did we protect the seal? That's really all I want to know. Seal! So deep in the forest, we find a king of fairies. From the mocking king, they learn that Fairy and Vertile may be facing peril in the desert. Yeah, this guy's a dick.
I am sorry. Forgive me.
Why this wasted pity?
It is just...
He won't say! He'll never say the truth. It's a secret!
It would be better that I die here.
Huh? What did you say? Hello? You couldn't die, could you? Just gave yourself a little nick. So sad. Didn't you make a promise to live with me, big brother? I can't survive alone anymore, you know. A pact. We made a pact. Don't forget.
Look at this.
You are...
My name is of no concern. I simply ask that you smelly savages leave the forest anon. Oh dear. How rude of me. Still, as a leader, one must say what one must say.
the ruler of the fairies.
A human carcass cannot restore a tree that has burned. Oh, trees are the bones of the forest.
Go threaten someone else. We have no time for you.
Oh dear, oh dear! Threats, you say? Such suspicion. Noble dragons think such complicated things. Is there some secret reason why you consort with humans? Or do you play with such lesser beings for fun?
Hold your tongue!
Dearie, oh dearie, how rude! I struck the mark, huh? The desert is a hot place, and bodies do rot quickly.
The desert? What about the desert?
Oops! I let it slip. Those idiot priests are lined up and knocked down one by one. Your friends may not be safe. Serves them right.
Climb to the desert!
You should just let them die. Oh, but I can't say that, can I now?
What a psychopath, huh? All the fairies in this game are real pieces of garbage. Wow. Anyway, so basically this warned us about Vertile and Enuar and Fairy. Go to the Desert of the Moon. Basically the Leonard's Regret takes place chronologically between Chapter 2 and Chapter 3. And apparently we protected the Forest of the Seal, but later, when you hear that scream back in Chapter 4, the fairies have lost the seal. Anyways, we'll continue with Ariosh's madness in the next episode.